just want to jump in quickly. I am so honored to have you, Dr. Michelle, and congratulations on your ambassadorial position that you recently been awarded. What an honor. And this is your first platform to display that. So that we are having hosting you, not just as a PhD holder, but also as an ambassador. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for coming.
you. Thank you so much for having me. Let me just quickly share my screen with you. I'll be using a PowerPoint presentation. So let me quickly get that up and running. Please let me know if you're able to see my screen. You can see my beautiful face and my lovely smile. I usually use the chat a lot, so you can go ahead and just talk to me in the chat. I just need to know that you can all hear me and see me. Before I get into, thank you. Before I
hear you, but we're not seeing you.
You're not seeing me?
No, I don't know if any other person is seeing you, but I can only see the slide.
Because I can see myself.
Okay, fine. Oh, they said they are seeing you. That's good. Yeah.
All right. Great. Great. Now we are ready to get started. But before I dive into anything, I just really want to take a little time to appreciate Dr. Cecilia. I came in a couple of minutes before she closed out. So I got that opportunity just to listen in briefly to what was talked about earlier. And one of the things that I do want to mention, you know, it's not an easy topic to talk about, nor is it easy sometimes to detect, you know, persons who are mentally challenged. And so again, I just want to, you know, endorse what she has said, and just to add that let us not wait until we are affected to raise that awareness, right? And this is something about mental health is not strange to us. But the thing about mental health is that it's our neighbor next door. It's people that we know, people in the workplace, those in our homes, you know, the ones that we pass on the street. These people who are affected by mental health, they're no strangers to us. So let us not wait until it gets close to home for us to raise that awareness. And so I know it was expressed earlier, but I just really want to add my own bit. You know, thank you to Dr. Cecilia for coming out and for sharing on this topic. Today, I will be speaking on the power of mentorship, the power of mentorship. And I will be taking it from a different angle, right? So I want to know, how excited are you? Are you excited? I hear that the atmosphere yesterday was fully charged, and it was very powerful. The insights, the gems, the tips that were released were very, very insightful and powerful. So someone shared this with me earlier this morning. So I know for sure that a lot of wisdom, you know, was poured out. And I do hope that we are very intentional in how we utilize all the information that we have received yesterday and that which we have received today. I also want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the amazing Coach Bola. She's my accountability partner, and I thank God for you, Coach Bola, and for the grace that is upon your life. God is very intentional with everything that he does. And there must be a specific reason why he laid it on your heart, Coach Bola, to put this conference on. I strongly believe that it has to do with the time and the season that we are in. And there is something that I want you to do. You can either do it in the chat, or if you have someone who is seated close beside you, I want you to tell the person next to you, it's time to move forward. I was very intentional today in the usage of some of my titles. So when Coach Bola asked me for a bio, I said to her, my bio is very long. Sometimes I joke by saying that my titles are more than 2 pages long. Often, people hear of the end and they see the glory, but they are not aware of what my journey have been like, nor my strive for excellence and greatness. I want to take this time just to share a little bit of my story so that you will have an understanding and an idea of what life had been like for me in the past and how mentorship got me to where I am now. Growing up, I did not feel like I had an advantage in life. I grew up in a very violent area, and this created limitations in my life. I have seen the lives, purposes, dreams, destinies, hopes of children, men, women wasted on the streets in the community that I grew up in. Was it because of lack of direction, vision, mentorship? Or was it because of a sense of perhaps not knowing who they are or who they were meant to become in life? Now, parents usually dream big and think big about the life of their children, especially in areas where they believe that they did not make it themselves. There is just that expectation that their son or their daughter will grow up and just do big and amazing things in life. And so my mom was no different. She hoped for the best and the finest for me in life. When it was time for me to leave high school, I did not come out with any passing grade. And you can just imagine how devastated my mother was. My mom, being the one who took care of 4 girls and the running of the home, said to me, I cannot afford to send you back to school. Many persons would have taken this negatively and maybe feel very distraught. But for me, I took it as life's challenge. I sell on the streets, in homes, in offices, to send myself back to school. I took my subjects one at a time, and I got them. Wasn't able to go back into the classroom, but I studied privately. And I was able to take the test and pass them one at a time. At the time when I've envisioned myself going to college, I did not have enough passing grades to get in. However, I submitted my application nevertheless. And that application did not go very far. I went in a time of prayer and fasting before God. And in that same year, the government made C a passing grade. Now, when I had left high school, I had C's, but C was not recognized or acknowledged as a pass. Every day I walked to the college for more than an hour in intercession until the doors opened up for me to get into the college where I did business administration. So I did my diploma. I went from the diploma and I did my associate degree. Now, during that time, while I was studying, I somehow miraculously got a job, because where I come from in Jamaica, it's very academically driven. Without subjects, there is no way you can get a job. But miraculously, the Lord provided a job for me. And the door that opened up, that received me to work within that organization, that was the same place where I met my husband. And so for a couple of months, when I started working, I took my entire salary and I gave it to my mom. She didn't know what I did to this day. My siblings to this day doesn't know this. But if they are listening in, they would have been hearing this for the first time. Because I knew that she had them in school. She was the one who kept that roof over our head, put a meal on the table. It wasn't easy. And so every month, my salary went to her. Now, you may wonder to yourself, how did I survive? I walked to work for more than an hour, and most of my time was spent in fasting. In my walk to work, to and from, I was always in prayer. There was something that was really deep in my heart. And I always had this belief that I was meant to be and to do something great in life. I had to find a way to make that happen, despite the challenges and limitations that were placed on me. Now, out of my experiences in life, I wrote a book, You Can Win. And I wrote this book to let other persons know that no matter what life throws at you, you can come out to be the winner you are meant to be by the choices that you make in life. Now, the writing of this book, You Can Win, is indeed a great accomplishment for me, knowing that I left high school without any passing grade. It's a great accomplishment for me. And yesterday, I received a Publisher's Award for the writing of this book. I encountered many challenges in life that made me realize that life is spiritual, and so is mentorship. The Holy Spirit, to this day, is my mentor, and I call him the mentor of all mentors. He helped me to navigate the terrains of my life to where I am today. It is important that we submit ourselves for mentorship to persons whose lives are governed by the Word of God and who are led by the Spirit of God. Now, the titles that you hear that were conferred on me are just some of my titles. And I got to this place in life because of the mentorship of the Holy Spirit in my life and the mentorship of others that brought me to the place where I am at now. Mentorship is all about actions. It's all about actions. There is a lot that I will be pouring out today, and I encourage you, if you haven't yet, have it, grab a notebook and a pen I am going to be going super fast, but not too fast that you can't follow. I have a question for you. How will you act at the end of this session? What actions will you take to ensure that what you have learned will work effectively in your life? Will you apply what you learn? Will you allow the content of what you receive to bring a change in your life? Or will you tell it to others? I am curious. What will you do? Now, actions is an acronym for powerful mentorship. Apply knowledge that you receive. Change the way you think and how you do things. Talk about what you have learned, the new insights you gain, but also face the challenges of life. All the knowledge that have been released between yesterday over into today, if you allow it to, it will change you. One of the things that I'm going to challenge you to do is to look at what you have received and to see how you can pull a solution from that to address some of the challenges that you are faced with in life. Implement the instructions, the strategies, the guidance that are given. Own what you learn. Personalize it. Make it your own. Nurture any new thing that comes to you, that comes your way, new insights, new impartation. These are things that must be nurtured for it to come to a place of maturity. And while you do that, a lot of changes will take place in your life. So embrace the new you and the new direction that you are heading in. I want you to model what you learn. Once you tell it, you must demonstrate it. Many persons who know me very well will identify with some deep thoughts that are in my heart. And I want to throw out a few questions to you again today. Just reflective questions. What will you do with what you hear today? What will you do with what you receive today? What will you do with what you see? What will you do with what you have been given? Your ability to rise, go forward, or remain where you are at is entirely up to you. And it's based on the choices you make. I do hope that the choices you make today are intentional ones. Because you cannot give what you do not have, nor can you achieve something that you did not work for. You can only give and achieve something in life out of what you receive and act on. As we talk about the power of mentorship, I will be, as time permits, touching on a few areas. 5 key features of mentorship power, 5 benefits of mentorship, signs of a great mentor, the environment of mentorship, and my secret strategy. Very simple. SOAR. A mentee's responsibility. And I will intersperse, maybe just briefly, a little bit of my story. I want us to separate power from mentorship. Now, power is a natural force or energy that fills, influences, drives, or energizes you to act. It gives you the enabling grace and ability that moves you beyond your capacity to achieve something of value. Others cannot see it unless it is acted upon. You cannot feel it unless it is demonstrated, and you cannot deny it when it is enforced. For mentorship to move you it requires power. Power in mentorship brings value and gives inspiration, motivation, or empowerment. It is progressive, and it progressively gives your life momentum to move you forward and builds your capacity to achieve results faster than you may not able to accomplish if you did not get that guidance and support given through mentorship. But what is mentorship? Mentorship is a partnership or an agreement between two or more persons who work together to achieve a stated goal. It is submission to another party for guidance, support, or inspiration. Mentorship is collaborating to problem solve difficulties, to find the most suitable solution to resolve the matter. It facilitates personal and professional growth and development through knowledge that is transferred and acted upon. When we put power and mentorship together, there's a simple statement that I coined and I will share it with you. Mentorship is about you. It can only be powerful when you decide to take action. Where there is no action, there will be no empowerment. You can receive mentorship from many persons, but until you listen and act on what is taught or instructions given, nothing will change until you change it. Otherwise, everything remains the same. For mentorship to be powerful, you need to be actively engaged. It's a two-way communication, and you must act to see results. Now, let me briefly share with you 5 key features of mentorship power: value, inspiration, motivation, empowerment, and results. Mentorship infills and empowers you to take action to achieve better results. Real power drawn out of mentorship has value. Now, value is anything valuable. And anything that is valuable is an asset to you. An asset increases you and it increases your worth. Power that is drawn from mentorship makes you feel inspired and motivated to act. Power that is drawn from mentorship empowers you. It makes you feel stronger and more confident to move in your actions. It is result-oriented. And at the end of the day, you can see the fruitfulness in your labor when you engage in mentorship. I want to briefly share with you a true story that embodies these 5 key points. And this story is about the power of mentorship and association. Have you ever had a desire to do something great in life? A desire to make something great of yourself? Or perhaps a desire to be heard or be seen in the company of great people? The story is so amazing, it will change how you associate yourself with others and who you allow to mentor you. I had the opportunity of working and mentoring a group of young boys who wanted to make it big in life. They were all high school dropouts. Their goal was to go to high school, land a big job, and their aim was to make it big in life, whatever that meant for them. This was always the slang that they used. Some could read and write. Others could only read. Their level of knowledge and understanding was very low for their age. So there was that deficiency academically. They were determined to make something better of their life than what they saw around them. One morning, their teacher did not show up, and the boys came for me from the office. In that organization, I was the executive secretary in the office. They wanted to talk to me about relationship. And out of our conversation that morning, it led me to talk to them about their association with others in life. Since then, their teacher, for whatever reason, left the job abruptly. My relationship with these boys grew, and I became their friend, teacher, mentor, coach, and someone they trusted. To the point where they could share their deepest secrets with me. I worked within this organization for more than a year without a salary, but I stayed there because I wanted to make a big difference in the lives of the boys, and I did that until the program closed. I often think about these boys, and I wondered what became of them. Many years later, I was walking in the city. Just came out of the mall, and I was passing a gas station. We all know that the city is a busy and a noisy place with cars, taxis, people. The commute of the traffic for me that day was just too much. I wanted to get home. My focus was on passing through that place quickly to get to my destination. I heard a voice. This voice was just so distinct, saying, "Miss, miss, miss." Wow. Amidst the loud noise and traffic, I could hear that "miss, miss, miss." I am not a school teacher, so I did not turn around. The further I walked, the closer the voice got to me until I felt a soft tap on my shoulder. Here is this young man, so elated, jumping for joy. "Miss, miss, do you remember me? Miss, look at me." And he smiled. I never thought this could have been one of the boys from the rehabilitation program. He said something to me that shook my life to this day. And as often as I think about it and speak about their story, tears would well up in my eyes to this day. With a big bright smile on his face, he said, "Miss, I was one of those boys you thought. Remember, I could not read. I could not write. Miss, look at me now. I filled the application form. I did the interview, and I got this job at the gas station. Now, this is where I work." He said it with such a deep passion, and joy filled his face. This was a proud moment for him in his life. This was a great achievement and success for him. One of the things that I remember he said to me, "All the other boys, don't worry about them. They all made it big in life, whatever that meant to them and for them." Now, when I looked at this young man, he was very sharp in his dress. And one would think that he worked at a bank. If there's someone sitting next to you, give a nudge and say to that person, or put it in the chat, dress sharp for where you are going. Now, there will always be someone you inspired, motivated, encouraged, or supported that will look up to you for direction and help to get them to their next level. Me being in their space, in their time of need, got them to a level that they did not know that they could have gotten to. Mentorship was what brought them there. I'm going to share 5 benefits of mentorship. There's a lot more than 5, but for the interest of time, 5. Mentorship is something that moves your life forward. It should increase that self-awareness to the point where it helps you to discover more about yourself, gives you that advantage and edge. Because through your mentor, you will be able to avoid the pitfalls and some of the challenges that your mentor would have faced. So it advances you quicker. Another benefit of mentorship is that you gain wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Mentorship is something that draws greatness out of you. What are the signs of a great mentor? Now, engagement in mentorship facilitates personal, professional, and financial growth through knowledge sharing, guidance, and support. I am going to use the C's to describe who a great mentor is. Any mentor that you choose must have Christ. Mentorship is spiritual, and one cannot mentor effectively and powerfully without Christ. The character of the mentor must be intact. Through your association with your mentors, others will now determine who you are. So the character being intact is key. It is essential. A mentor must be compassionate. Without love, we are nothing. Consistency must be evident in this person's life because you're looking to model what they're imparting to you, and you will also be modeling who they are because of the influence and the impact they would have had on your life. So consistency is key. You must also be able to connect with your mentor to build a lasting relationship with trust and an openness to receive advice, valuable insight, new perspective, and encouragement. Your confidence must soar in mentorship. Mentorship is also something that helps you to navigate challenges and helps you to make informed decisions that will unlock your potential. What are some of the other signs of a great mentor? A great mentor must assess you. The assessment must be constructive. It must be a positive one, because by your mentor, through the constructive assessment, by your mentor, being positive, giving in love, you will be able to have your progress properly evaluated. It offers sound and godly advice. A great mentor is one who creates strategies that will aid you and support you in your moving forward. Your mentor must have a good track record. It's very important, and their success must be measurable. Ultimately, Mentorship is powerful when it is inspired, empowers, and positively impact both the mentor and the mentee to create that rippling effect for growth and success within, the individuals and also in a wider community. So what I'm saying is that mentorship works both ways. The impact, the power, the positiveness, the empowerment, the growth is both for the mentor and the mentee. Now, let us talk a little bit about the environment of mentorship. There are about 8 points, but I will just touch briefly on these 8 points. Now, for mentorship to be powerful and successful, the right environment must be created. Mentorship is a place of birthing. You are giving birth to new things that you are discovering about yourself. You're giving birth to your purpose and the person that you are becoming in your journey. It's a place that makes you feel self-fulfilled as you are pushing forward. It's a place that brings you as you are giving birth to different things in your life. It brings you into a profitable place in your life and in your career. Mentorship is a place of engagement. It helps you to create, that environment in which you can thrive in, that is best suited for your success. It's a place of influence and transformation. Whatever influences you transforms your thinking. Mentorship is a place of encounter and transition. You cannot go through mentorship and not transition to the next level. You cannot go through mentorship and not have new encounters. Mentorship is a place of accountability. Within that environment, there is accountability, and that accountability is both ways. Mentorship is a place where you build relationship. You must be open. You must be vulnerable. It is not here, but you must be flexible and willing to receive correction. That is important, very, very important in mentorship. You don't have it all. You don't know it all. You're not able to do it all. And so sometimes we mess up and correction is needed so that we are guided in the right path. Mentorship is a place of nurturing, where you're able to get that guidance, the advice, and the good support that you need to come into a place of maturity. And I just want to touch on 2 other little points here, that mentorship is a place of celebration and fulfillment. You must be able to celebrate those small wins, not just on your own, but with your mentor as well. And yesterday was a celebration time for me. And one of my mentees was actually in the audience, and I did not know. It was done virtually. I did not know. And so I was doing an interview. They were interviewing me about my award. And I saw this message pop up in my face of congratulations. And I realized that it was one of my mentees, and that made me feel so good. So it's a place of celebration, but it's also a place where you come into feeling fulfilled. Mentorship is a place of excellence. You cannot go through mentorship and remain the same place that you're at, in the same mindset and at the same level. You will come into excellence as you work on your own life, as you work on your skills and your abilities. And as I am just wrapping things up, I want to share with you, it's very simple. This strategy, it is so simple, but still yet powerful and effective. And this strategy will take you into your A game, and I call it soar. What makes mentorship powerful is your ability to soar. This strategy is easy to understand, easy to execute, and easy to obey. Submit to authority. When you have a mentor in your life, that person becomes a voice in your head and occupies a place of authority. It's about obedience, being obedient to follow and carry out instructions as you are guided. It's a place of application. You must be willing to apply the insights you receive to your life. It's also a place of results. And so in order to achieve results, you must take action to see the results manifested. SOAR is very simple, but it works powerfully. Now you may wonder, as a mentee, who is a mentee? And what is the responsibility of a mentee? Now, a mentor is the person who you go to for the advice and the instruction and the direction and the support and the comfort. But the mentee is the person who is on the receiving end. Now, I just want to share briefly a few things here. That as a mentee and also as a mentor, that we must be wise people. Because a wise person listens to advice and accepts instructions to gain wisdom, not just for now, but for the future. You have a responsibility to create what I call a wise counsel in your life so that you can find safety in every decision that you make. Having many advisors in your life will see your plans establish and succeed. Keep and hold on to the instructions that you are given. Do not let them go. And as you do that, guard your heart. And you will find that as you go forward in life, success will be evident. It is a wise person who hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands and obtains guidance. With having a counsel, someone that you submit to, or a group of persons, you gain sound wisdom, insight, and you are strengthened. But the way of the fool, and I thank God that there are no fools on this platform, but the way of a foolish person is right in their own eyes. But a wise person listens to advice. So people who are wise have mentors in their lives. Let me just hit on mentorship and association. And mentorship, as I had mentioned before, it works two ways. And so what I'm about to share with you briefly is what I call power words in mentorship. Now, in mentorship and also in association, there is accountability. You must be accountable. And accountability works both ways, on the part of the mentee and on the part of the mentor. You must believe in the process and the program that your mentor is taking you through. Your mentor also have a responsibility to have that belief in you that you will make it to the top. It is a place of commitment. You must be committed. Both ends must be committed. It's also a place where you will see the demonstration, not just of power, not just of words, but the demonstration that brings that transformation that you need in life. with mentorship and association, there is also accept. You must accept responsibility. You must also be bold, be courageous. You know, it is a place where you connect, and it is also a place where you are devoted and dedicated. Now, your ability to rise is dependent on you. When you rise, when you arise, you will rise. How fast you move is based on your association, the people around you, those you choose to mentor you, and how you make decisions in life. And in wrapping it up, as I am coming to the end, I want to make a declaration over your life. You know, and as you are under the sound of my voice, we're talking about the power of mentorship. And I just want to close this session with a very powerful declaration over your life. And I declare that the Spirit of the Lord God will rest upon you, the spirit of wisdom, understanding, revelation, and that you may have insight into the mysteries and the secrets in the deep and intimate knowledge of God. May He rest upon you the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the reverential and obedient fear of the Lord. Because you are chosen, set apart, may the eyes of your heart be flooded with light so that you can come into, know, and understand your purpose, the path that leads you into greatness and into your God-given destiny. May you know and come into an understanding of the immeasurable, unlimited, surpassing greatness of the power in you, over you, and for you, because you believe in the demonstration of the working of the mighty strength in your midst and within your life. God bless you tremendously. I thank you again, Coach Bola, for giving me this opportunity to share. It's indeed a pleasure. If I went over time, I don't know. I just decided that I will not time myself today, but I will just...
You did not. You did.
I will lay it out. 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 Because I'm conscious of time, I didn't share everything, but I also wanted to give an opportunity, you know, if for one or two questions.
Thank you so much, Dr. Michelle. That was amazing. I love it. It's